you can tell from the title, this is the catch-up video of our first year RVing. Here is our RV when we went to pick it up, so it does look slightly different now as we've personalized a few things and lived in it, and some things are a little better and some things are definitely a little more lived in. We picked this RV up from MHS RV in Dallas, or right outside of Dallas, Texas. It's an amazing RV lot. So many options, and you can browse around by yourself looking for your perfect RV. So it's a great option if you are in the market for one and near Dallas or willing to travel down there. We picked this RV up on December 22nd, I believe it was, and we drove it all the way back from Dallas to Denver that day and spent the 23rd and the morning of Christmas Eve packing up our house and the RV and getting our pets in there, saying goodbye to some family and friends in Denver, and then heading to my dad's in Northeast Colorado for Christmas, as we spend there almost every year. We then left Colorado, saw some more family and friends along the way, going to Nebraska and Iowa, Kansas. We stopped in Mississippi, in Memphis, for New Year's Eve, which was really fun. And then we went on to Destin, Florida, which is this area, and it was absolutely gorgeous. We fell in love with the area. They have a very affordable campsite there in Destin for RVs, extremely affordable comparatively to most, and it sits really close to the beach. That's actually a different one that we stayed at near Destin as well, but it was right on the beach. After that, we moved on to Disney World for a few days of fun, and we camped at their little RV campground there, and we had a friend meet us there with our car. She was nice enough to drive that car all the way down for us so we could ride together in the RV for our very long trip. We ended up in Sebring, Florida. We went to a state park in the area, and then we also went to the beach several times, something that was really special to us landlocked people. This was some dolphins we got to see swimming. We saw the one really well, but there was a whole school of them, which was so special to get to see. Never seen them in the wild like this. We stayed in Florida for the winter, and then we headed back out west. This was a stop in Monroeville, Alabama, which is home of Harper Lee, who wrote To Kill a Mockingbird. It's a very small old town that they have preserved the courthouse that her father practiced law in, and she fashioned the character of Atticus Finch after him. So that was really special to witness. I've been here once before, but had to go back since we were in the area. For the movie that was filmed in the early 1960s based on the book, they fashioned the courthouse in that movie exactly after this real courthouse. We then stopped in Denver for a few nights to see some family and friends. And then we were on our way to Gardner, Montana, because we had gotten a job to work for Yellowstone National Park for the summer. This was our RV site next to the river that would later flood the following year, ruining the rest of the summer, but this summer was incredible, and getting to see Yellowstone for the first time was so far beyond anything I had expected to see. Russ had been here as a kid, and he remembered parts of it, but definitely did not get what he's gotten out of it the last couple years we've been there.
Life is a winding road, no telling where it goes. Driving through days and nights, won't stop for traffic lights. And I really wanna know if I will ever figure out where the road
far one of the most fun summers we have ever had. We had such a great time touring around and even working up there. We worked in the general store, which was fun. And then we met some really great people who worked there as well and lived at the same RV site for the summer. This was rutting season for the bison when they are competing for their mates. So those sounds that they make were very unique to hear for the first time. We were safe in our car. I had just cracked the window slightly to get better sound for that. And this is the upper and lower falls in Yellowstone, which may have been my absolute favorite part of the park. They were just so stunning, and I was not at all expecting to see anything like that, which can be said about most of Yellowstone, really.
Even if I'm falling down, I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head high, even if the sky is falling down.
And of course we saw Old Faithful, and then we also went to see the Yellowstone Lake, which was gigantic. Again, nothing that I was expecting at all.
Jumping from cliffs so high, trusting our wings to fly. Sometimes we're crashing down.
This was a hike I did outside of Yellowstone. It was in the Big Sky area at Lava Lake. It was a pretty intense hike, but really spectacular at the top. I think it was 5 miles round trip. And if I'm remembering correctly, I think it was 2,500 or 3,000 foot elevation gain, but completely worth it.
I will keep on searching for my highs. You can say I lost my mind, I will keep on holding my head.
This was a very common sight at our RV site in Gardner, Montana, which sits right outside of Yellowstone. Really cool getting to see all the wildlife that come through, along with another not uncommon sight, us having happy hour with our coworkers. We also had my family, Russ's grandson, his parents, and a good friend also show up at different points throughout the summer to see Yellowstone with us. Definitely made our summer that much better. Our pets, Mediba and Zinzi, we only had the 2 cats at the time, who were like this pretty much every morning as we get ready for work, or they'd be at the windows watching the wildlife like that. This was the fun little beer fest that Gardner, Montana had towards the end of the summer. We went and a couple coworker friends met us there as well. That summer, we also drove to Idaho to see our favorite musician, Michael Franti, and then we headed on down to Tucson, Arizona, where we spent our winter. My dad and nephew came out to see us in Tucson, and then we also drove all the way over to San Diego, spent a day at Coronado Beach, which was beautiful and a nice retrieve from the cold for them. Being November, they came out right after Thanksgiving. And then a couple weeks later, I flew back to Colorado to spend Christmas with the family and wrap up what was the most exciting year of our life.